welcome back for another video. Sorry it's taking this long. We got a welder, grinder, sawzall. We were set up. Well, reciprocating saw, but same difference. Okay, same difference. We're all set up. This is going to help out with a bunch of projects: transmission, the wood star swap, and then finishing this exhaust. So today we're going to try and tackle the over the axle pieces. We're going to try and get some exhaust hangers in there. I don't think the H pipe is going to be this weekend, but we might get some cherry bombs on there in addition to the Borlas to help quiet things down. Sounds very silly, I know, but it's a simple straight through glass pack, so I don't know, we'll see. Let's get into it. Let's review some of these things, and we'll get some better stuff later, but we'll showcase that this stuff does work. It'll get the job done, and hopefully we'll show it doing a good job. Also, really quick, just before we get into the video, if you could please like and subscribe, it does help the video out. Yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I've got the car jacked up. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect both sides because it is not yet an H pipe. I think that is something that we might think about doing today. If not, we will at least put a disconnect point in. But yeah, there's our mufflers and a little tacked on exhaust tips. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt this. We'll end up cutting it somewhere today. We'll get an exhaust hanger on. Then yeah, we'll get a disconnect point. I think we will throw a little cherry bomb glass pack on right here. And then we'll do the over the axle pieces. So let's go ahead and start by disconnecting them, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so we hit AutoZone up. We got some glass packs there, some different exhaust hangers, safety glasses. There's our exhaust pieces that came from the car. We're gonna go ahead and cut them somewhere, and then we will figure out our H pipe. We'll do that, and then our glass packs will go in pre-Borla, so that way that the last exhaust note is coming from the Borla muffler and not a glass pack that, you know, $25 versus $120, and this is actually what I want to hear. Again, these are both straight throughs. See if I can't. Nope. But yeah, so let's go ahead and cut those. We'll get looking at an H pipe. I have a couple different pieces of piping that I can use. I can use those. I have some stuff inside, and then the section of piping that I will be cutting out for the glass packs here, I can use that as well. So we'll figure out our H pipe, and then we will go from there. Alrighty, so here's my plan for the H pipe. Is this pipe will slide into that little adapter piece there, coupler, and so I'm gonna use the welder, little tack. It'll be like a crimp connector for the exhaust. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and cut it off there, and we'll put the other piece in there, and that should be plenty enough length for that H pipe there, and then we'll go ahead, we'll weld it up, and that'll be our H pipe. We can work on getting the dual exhaust set up for out the back. So let's get into that. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna hop under the car, see if that is gonna be long enough, and then we will start tacking things up. So it's perfect length. We're gonna have to cut it down actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and weld it. Now the pipes are touching. Yep. Alrighty. Alrighty, so got the welder hooked up and working. We're gonna see if we can lay down some welds. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so I think I've got the settings figured out. We've got some welding done. We're gonna go ahead and see if I can get this done up for the night. That'll probably be that. Then we'll probably shape the ends tomorrow morning. We'll do the same with the pipes on the car. We'll cut those holes out so it can be a functioning H pipe, not an exhaust brace. So yeah, let's go from there. Alrighty, so now we got some more welding done. We're gonna go ahead and let this little guy rest. Don't want to hurt it. We got a lot more welding to do. And then yeah, we'll pick up from there. Go ahead and let the machine cool down. Got to get a little bit of welding done. We'll go ahead and check it out when I'm done, of course. Alrighty, it's the next morning. I thought this was going to take a lot longer than it did. I've been out here for probably about an hour. The H pipe is ready to be tacked up as soon as I disconnect the battery. I can get the welder out and everything, but let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, sorry guys. So that's how it looks. Okay, looks nice in my opinion. I like that the center of the pipe has a little coupler around it. I don't know, it just makes it look cool. Yep, that's it. It's tacked in place. Let me go ahead and grab it down. I'll show it to you guys. But this is what the exhaust is looking like for now. So I'm gonna have some pretty nice gaps to fill, but you can see that's just how it stays in place, and then it'll come out, and that's what we're looking like. So go ahead, get it back up in there, and then we'll go ahead and disconnect the battery. Before I get ahead of myself and weld up an exhaust brace, I will trace around where I want it to be, the H-pipe, and then I'll cut that out really quick. So let's go ahead and hit that up. Alrighty, so I've got that taken off, got the hole put in it. Got the other one taken off, got the hole in it as well. Stud came out, so got some twist around there, trying to break that free. Then we'll get the stud back in, hopefully get that nut back in. We'll go from there. We're letting that soak for now. Gonna hit this up. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll disconnect the battery after both are put back on. Start tacking that back up, and then we'll weld the H-pipe. Alright, so I believe I am finished welding my H-pipe. We're gonna let it cool down. We're gonna try and bolt it back up, see if our ball and socket flanges will go back together, see if our little flanges will go over them studs, see if we can even bolt it back up. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. This took a lot longer than I was expecting it to, just because this little welder, I didn't want to hurt it. So this says to weld for 3 minutes and then rest for 7, so I'm doing like 6 and 10. You can't get no welding done in 3 fucking minutes, come on. So anyhow, we're gonna let that thing cool. We'll try and bolt it back up, and then we'll attack the mufflers from there. Alrighty, so the second one is done. Yeah, it's just kind of cooling down now. Here is my previous welds. That is very hot, even though we just did these ones. These are the previous ones that I did. Yeah, we're good to touch here though. Those fuckers are hot. But yeah, so there's your second one. We go ahead and see what this looks like under the car, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so I got the passenger side exhaust mocked up. I'm gonna go ahead and weld these two pieces together, and then that will be the clamp on piece so that I can disconnect my exhaust. Of course, you can't weld the paint on. You can definitely try. It'll burn some of it. Maybe you'll get lucky, get a little bit of welding done, but yeah, not very well. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off, we're gonna grind it up, then we will put it back on, tack it in place, take it back off, weld it, and then we'll be ready to clamp, and then get an exhaust bracket hanger on. And then tomorrow we'll mess with the driver's side, because it's going to involve some fabrication. So let's talk about that. So AutoZone did not have my little coupler, so I just bought an 18-inch section of it, and then I'm going to cut it off. That's the other thing. Before I do my welding, I'm going to go ahead and measure, put the Sharpie on this, and then I will have my little coupler. But I'm going to need this, and then I have some other pipes, just exhaust piping. So we're going to probably end up using that bend tomorrow. That way we can scoop up under the car, and then we'll have to do some more cutting of the exhaust on that side of this piping, but the stuff that's actually in the car, the H pipe. And then we'll incorporate this. It'll drop us where we need it, and then we'll weld all that up, and we'll do all that. So as you can see, a lot of moving parts with the driver's side. The driver's side we will do tomorrow. With the passenger side, we will try and mostly do tonight. Everything except clamping it down and getting that exhaust hanger on. So let's get that. Alrighty, so I'm all finished up with that, just letting it cool down right now. But yeah, there's those welds. So, good stuff. Alrighty, so this is what I got going on. Muffler, glass pack, but it's got a little angle in it, a little kick down, step up, whatever. Step over, I don't even know where it's supposed to be located. And then I'm gonna go ahead and weld that on. Let's go go ahead and hop under the car and see why this side's got to look like this. Alright, so there's the other side, all ready to be bolted up. And then here's the driver's side. Let's go to the back. Okay, so you see how the driver's side is like in the floor? Yeah, that's a problem. So we're gonna have to cut it, and then we'll go ahead and mock everything up. We'll tack it, and then we'll weld it. So yeah, let's get to it.
Always watch your back. Shit.
Alrighty, so here's both sides mocked up. That's what we're looking like. There's the H pipe. Look at the cats up there. Pretty snazzy, pretty cool. You can see the difference between this side. And then we're about to tack up that side. It's looking pretty good. Everything is ready for tack, so we will probably just leave it there, set the welder up, and then get to tacking, and then we will weld it up. This is ready for a clamp, and then we can figure out our exhaust brace. Don't know what we're gonna do yet, but I think we'll put the disconnectable ones here, and we'll probably tack it behind this little spot here. Hold on. So right up in there on both sides of the drive shaft is probably where we will tack up the supports for the exhaust, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Alrighty, so we've just finished welding it up. Pretty nice, pretty snazzy. We're gonna let it cool down. We'll go ahead and put it in the vehicle. While this is cooling, we're going to go and look at the exhaust bracket for the other side. Just kind of size that up, and then we might start welding that up before we fit this one. So let's get it. Alrighty, so this is what we're working with. We're gonna weld this piece up, and then we'll probably leave these in the bag. I don't know, we might test fit it, see what it looks like. It says it's good for 2.5. It is the max that it's good for, so we'll just have to see. Yeah, let's go get it mocked up, welded, and we're really close. We're not going to do the over the axle pieces this weekend. Unfortunately, there'll be a part 3 for the exhaust. But this exhaust setup for the part 2 is way better, so we're gonna have to go get some sound clips after it's all done. Yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I've got one of the brackets welded up to the car. It's gonna hook the side of the muffler like that, and then weld to the car like that. The same as we were gonna do with those, except they're just not big enough to go around. If I got 2.5, they're 2 5/8 or some shit like that. The mufflers, and so those will not go around the section that I need them to, so we're going back to these. I've got the driver's side, or excuse me, the passenger side done up. It's cooling down right now. I need to weld this part to the muffler, and then I need to get a clamp on that little muffler section to the H-pipe, and the passenger side will be done. This is the driver's side, so we'll get working on the driver's side. Almost done.